Hey everybody, Big Chonis. We'll start in just a moment here. We have about 5 minutes left for the daily candle to close. I'm on the 5 minute chart here. Just gonna watch to see how we unwind our day here. What an amazing day, and what a memorable day. And the price of Bitcoin, the price of crypto. Hope you had a good day. Hope you had a fun day. Hope you had an interesting day. Because this was a very interesting day. A lot of stuff happened today. A lot of stuff is basically being set into our crypto sphere right now. This move here, all I have to say is everything changed today. Everything changed today. Bitcoin, crypto, everything we've known about everything is basically changed today because of what's going on. Because of what we saw today, and I think because of what we're going to see in the very near future here, okay? We got about 4 minutes left for the daily candle to close. Gotta keep an eye on this here. I love this part. All right, guys. So, Big Chonis here. Thank you for joining me. You guys can find me on Twitter. I am at Big Chonis. These are all my best ideas. I take tactical analysis very seriously. I'm a crypto trader. I'm an investor. I'm a mentor. I'm a chart psychologist. Please do your own research. You guys can also follow me on YouTube as you are watching me right now. I put out lots of videos daily, and I can't believe all the videos that I've been putting out over the past several months here. This has been quite a collection, quite a documentation of our journey through Bitcoin and through crypto, together. Putting out all this content for you guys, expressing my thoughts, my views on what's happening with Bitcoin, the crypto market, my experiences trading stocks, and kind of using that information to trade crypto, where we've seen tremendous similarities. And wow, 6 months. I can't believe I've been putting out videos for over 6 months now. So it's great to be here and put out all this content for you guys. I'm also a featured contributor now on Bitcoin Live. Very happy to be part of that crew and that platform that gives great educational information for crypto trading and investing. And I'll definitely have to have a lot more to say about that in the near future here. And listen, I want to start with our crypto market cap here, because listen, this price action here, volume in crypto today, $21 billion in volume, so much more than we have seen in such a short amount of time here. We are looking at Bitcoin's price action here. Volume for itself today, over $7 billion came into the market after being in the $3 billion to $4 billion range for, all of October, all of November. That consistency, that trend, now we have seen that change with a $7 billion day in Bitcoin and a $20 billion day in the market cap. That has fallen tremendously below 200 billion. Remember, we were, what were we at? 215, 210, like a couple days ago. Now we're at 187. So we're sub 200 billion. But the bigger story right now, folks, is that we are under 100 billion in the valuation, the market cap of Bitcoin. Okay, we have broken $100 billion once again. How many months have we been above, okay, the 100 billion marker? This is tremendous move today. Remember this day, because what's happening has a lot to do with obviously Bitcoin Cash. We can definitely talk about that as we go on here. So we're watching the last 2 minutes, the last 1 minute, the last 58 seconds here of our day, our memorable day in Bitcoin here. Okay, we're kind of watch our last little 5 minute candle here. Listen, let's start drawing. Okay, let's start drawing what we have here. So short term, super short term here, we're watching kind of a neckline here. Okay, there's been, a little talk about, are we finding some sort of a very short-term bottom here that we can potentially build on. Are we putting in some sort of inverse head and shoulders, okay, in our volume profile here that maybe an oversold bounce can potentially take advantage of? But you start doing this here and you start kind of figuring out, oh, maybe we can get back up to 6K area. Maybe that's a possibility. And sure, maybe that is a possibility. Maybe these areas are possible to retest. But let's be real here, people. Today's price action in Bitcoin really was a game changer, because what really happened today that is so significant. I'm going to go out to my daily chart here, because now our daily candle is in. We've just closed. Okay, we've closed our daily candle. And we have closed at 56.0546. We went to a low. I'm on the Coinbase, so that's USD, the actual value of Bitcoin, and that we bottomed at 52.80. So roughly a $300 bounce, right? From where we bottomed intraday here. And we look at this candle here. We look at our wick. Okay, let's take a look here at what actually happened today. So we'll start with our price range. The day opened. Intraday, we were as low as 16%. We had a 16%, 1,000-point drop in the price of Bitcoin today. Okay, intraday, that actually happened today. Okay, now we closed down a healthy $700, let's just call it, okay? So we definitely pulled back a little bit there, okay? A couple percentage points from the low, but it's not where the day closed. It's what this event symbolizes here. And for that, as we zoom out and listen, let's just talk about our June lows. Now, our June lows had since June, right? Since June had been our previous 2018 lows. And that, my friends, was changed today, because right now we have a new low for 2018 in the price of Bitcoin here. Now, and that's basically sub $5,300. And because of this move today, because we have broken, what's the word we've been saying? Our equilibrium. Okay, we've been talking about that for such a long time. Because we have broken that we've held that, we have held that for several months, right? And we broke it. And it's not just that we broke it today, it's that what it does. And what it does is it sets a whole new range, a whole new potential of price levels that can definitely be tested and definitely be touched in the price of Bitcoin here. Because we have broken our June lows, because we have put in new lows for 2018, okay? Because our June lows, and I only have to edit this, right? There we go. So that was our June low. And now we have 2018 new lows right now. I'm not even going to put it here because I don't feel like this has actually been the reach to the bottom here. And what this means, though, is that every higher low that we've been able to maintain since the summer, and every lower high that we've been able to maintain since, let's say, July, right? I guess summertime is relative to where you live on the planet. But June low, July high, August low, September high, October low, October high. Tether FUD seemed to be the high here, right? And now we are in November, and now we are testing new lows for 2018. RSI, we were charting so precisely for so long, fell off a cliff here. Now, we have to keep this in mind, that in this current market here, especially with the volatility that can be brought with Bitcoin, indicators like our RSI or stochastics RSI, they honestly become less relevant. And it's only on higher time frames, that they can really become a little more meaningful in your everyday trading. Because what this means here is that because we have just broken through just everything, every little higher low, every recent bottom in the RSI, holding 27, holding 26, back 26, looking good, holding a higher low at 31, and now we're at, 18. So all of this, holding pattern gets thrown out the window. And what we're looking at here is a brand new paradigm, Stochastic daily, okay, broke our higher low trend here. Okay, we touched our zero line on our leading indicator, still trailing on our trailing indicator here. Talking money flow. Remember, we put in a lower low than we have been recently since our bull break that we had, right? That brought us that little pop here. Now we're on a lower low on our chalk and money flow. And money is the name of the game here. And money pulled out today. We see that on our MACD. Okay, we were starting to watch these bearish histograms. Talked about it in this show. Okay, this one here and now this one here. Okay, this is real. Okay, this happened. And this is setting a new paradigm. As we were getting higher lows, we broke it. Now we are in a lower low pattern here because of this break. OBV, oh my God, look at that. OBV, we were watching a bullish divergence, right, in our OBV in this angle here. We were putting in these slight higher lows relative to the price, and then we just collapsed. We just collapsed. Now, what kind of a bottom are we looking for? What is the price action we're going to be watching for? Notice our daily squeeze momentum is really starting to rev up some bearish lines right now. Okay, this move here in Bitcoin obviously affected a lot of altcoins. Okay, I want to go to a higher time frame for just a moment. I'm going to go to a 3-day. I've been tweeting about this for a couple weeks now. Okay, we broke our MA200. This is our red line, our MA200 here. We broke this first time since 2015. Okay, when we did it last time, we had a quick pullback. It's called slingshot. When breaking a major support line becomes like a shocking event, the market reacts quickly. Big bounce here, right? Came back down, tried to get back over. Now, we did get back over in 2014, 2015. We got over twice. But this was a nasty candle here. This was a shooting star. It was almost a gravestone doji candle on the 3-day. And boy, did it set the tone. And look at that. That was the most bearish candle we had had for some time. Even more bearish than this wick here. That was nasty. And that just showed that the price was unable to get above the MA200 on the 3-day. And then boom. Okay. What else can I look at here? Stoke down our side. Okay, so we did our 3-day here. Let's go to our weekly. Now, obviously, we're midweek here. Okay. This break is ominous and obvious. We haven't seen a candle like this since early September. And what happened here? So we have broken through a major support area. Let's face it here. We felt that holding 6K was such a great thing. Now that we failed, the 6K area, down to 57.50 up to $6,400, let's say. And because that is now broken, okay, that's resistance. What was once support is now resistance. That's a big deal. Now, our MA100 barely held support at all and was broken, and we closed below it. Now, that's a big deal, I think, too, because that can be tested as a back test for a support. We broke support, back tested, failed to hold. That's at 5,800, but our MA200 down here, let me call it out. I keep watching that because that's over $3,100 now and rising. This green line here is just the end of the year, right? It's just the end of the year here. And that's notable because we're talking about where is Bitcoin going to leave us by the end of the year here. Because a year ago, we all remember what happened a year ago. Most of us, a lot of us, right? We got into Bitcoin a year ago, right? How many people, Thanksgiving, a couple of weeks from now, right? Not a couple of weeks from now, it's like a week and a half from now. How many of us told our relatives about Coinbase, about Bitcoin, about crypto? How much of their money flow pushed the price of Bitcoin and price of crypto through? This is significant here because we're a year later, and people are going to be talking about this. And what we're going to be talking about is the year we've had in crypto, the year we've had in Bitcoin. I want to go one more chart of Bitcoin here, okay? And then we'll look at some other indicators real fast. I want to go way out. I want to go to our monthly chart, kind of blank everything out. I'm going to go log. And listen, what I want to talk about here is this, okay? This run up here from, August of 2015, okay? Which was kind of the last low. Well, no, I mean, honestly, okay, fine. January of 2015, we had our last real low. August of 2015, we had our last low back test. And then from that point on, we shot up like a rocket ship into our parabola. This is a monthly chart here. Notice our tremendous wicks here on the month. Now we fast forward to today. We are in November. We are halfway through this month here, right? And we're watching this here because this candle for the fourth month in a row is a red bearish candle here. Going to pull up our volume. Now our volume profile for this month is still about half of what last month's is, right? But we've lost so much more money in the valuation of Bitcoin. That's not good. That means people are selling and the masses are not buying yet because they feel maybe they can go a lot lower. Maybe they can get a better valuation a lot lower. And how much lower? We have to talk about a lot of lower areas are now being put in play because of this move, because of this bearish break here in our triangle that has held since February, since this candle here, since this incredible wick, right, that came down. And for many months, this wick held, right? And then June, we wicked below it. And that was a buying opportunity. And then in August, we held a higher low, right? And now we're putting in a lower low, and that's the terminology we have to realize. We are in a lower low environment right now. And because of that, because we are in a lower low Bitcoin environment, many more lower areas of the chart are definitely possible. Now, of course, we can look at our indicators here. We can look at our hourly RSI. We can check out our double bottom here, lower low on RSI. I actually like that, for a potential bounce opportunity here. But what are we talking about here? We're talking about oversold bounces on oversold conditions. We're waiting for our EMAs to catch up. All right, let's bring them back here. 55, 26. Talk about our Bollingers in just a moment here. But we see how much lower on our hourly chart here, right? We see how low we are from our EMAs. At some point, our price and my first EMA 12, is going to touch, right? And then the EMA 26 is going to interact with that at some point. The fan out was real. The fan out happened yesterday, 24 hours ago, right? We were at around $6,300. We dropped $1,000. Coming up a little bit here, okay? But look at this volume here. This is not capitulation volume in my opinion. This is not bottoming volume in my opinion. Our biggest candle, okay, this is the hourly, was 4 hours before the actual so far bottom of the day, right? At least yesterday's bottom of the day. That basically tells me that, that this is just not done yet. This is not the bottoming volume, that V bottom, right, that we look for. Now, there were a couple V bottoms in some of our indicators here, Our chalking put in a nice V there. RSI, not really even a good looking W there. There is our OBV. Why can't I see? Oh, that's why, because it's in log. Auto, where'd you go? There we are. This thing just was such a dead stick for so long, and then it had just crazy move here. So yeah, hourly OBV, I mean, look at that, just dropped off there, right? And just super low there. So things are chilling out for the moment, okay? We really got spread out here. I'm going to my 4 hour. Now I'm going to pull up. I'm going to hide my EMAs for just a moment here. I'm going to hide my volume, right? And I just want to talk about Bollingers for the next couple moments here. It's our 4 hour chart. Look how tight we were on our Bollingers, okay? Lower, middle, upper. 1, 2, we're on a third, 4, or no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're on our 5th 4-hour candle below our lower Bollinger on our 4-hour. We got to keep going backwards, right? Higher time frames. Okay. So I'm going my 12-hour. 1, 2. So we're on a 3rd hour outside our lower Bollinger on our 12-hour. On my daily, we're on our 2nd hour of our daily, second candle of our daily Bollinger right now. But we were so tight in our Bollingers. So now we can allow this spread out that frankly we've been waiting for to finally happen. And it's happening right now. This move is spreading out their Bollingers finally in a way that can really, like, we're so tight, we're so sideways, we touch our bottom, we break through, we touch our top, we reject, we break through our top again tightly, we reject, and then we crash through our bottom. On our daily, we have a ways to go. That's why I pull up my weekly, and even the weekly, we broke through our lower Bollinger. Now this is notable. I'm going to bring up some tweets here. Where are we here? Right here. I put up this chart because we have broken through our weekly lower Bollinger, first time since January of 2015. Okay, that's notable. First time in 2 years, we not only touched it, but we broke through it. All right, oversold intraday, we came back up, right? We see we're just right on it there. Remember, this is the weekly chart, people. This is the weekly chart. Even though we're tight here in our Bollingers, this is still very wide compared to, where we had been back as we closed out 2017. All right. Hey, quick shout out to 140 of my closest friends here. My chat room. Hugh Marin, Robert Araya, Nelor Petaretti, Duck Goose. Let's see here. Robert Duck on 3TT. Svegarstad. Keith Crow. Brandon Garrett. Lance Digital Channel. RJ Jamal. Crypto House. Y Noob 1. Don Bitcoins. SS Swartz, or S Swartz 88. Sherry Raider, hey Sherry. Yo Shisters. Giant FC 2001. Cannon Man. Maximilian Price. Georgia Sawyer. James Ashmore. Oibanji Otukunle. Let's see. Just Me. Dennis Lee. Jonas. What's up, guys? Cannon Man. MWM48. Hello, Robin. What's up, Joshua? Andre, thanks so much for joining me, guys, on this epic day of Bitcoin. I want to look at our longs and our shorts here. I'm going to go split screen. Bitcoin shorts. Bitcoin longs. Very interesting price action. Start with the shorts here. Remember, we have found no pulse in our shorts until today. And wow, what a marabouzu. I'm on the weekly here, but that's fine. Right? Look at this week. We're top of week right now. Okay, we finally found a bottom in our shorts. Now, they could have been loading all this time here, made a heck of a lot more money, right? A lot of this loading didn't happen until we were really starting to bear break. And look at our longs here. They kind of loading in this. Not a much capitulation, right? This is our week here, and they're still towards the top of this week's price action. So there was some loading into this dip, and that's notable, even while our shorts loaded as well. Nope, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say shorts and loaded. But you know what I'm talking about, right? You know what I mean. I want to just touch briefly on Bitcoin cash longs and shorts. Both of these were at all-time highs, right? Both of these are not confident in their trades here. You can see by these, combined dark shadow candles we're putting in here after breaking two all-time highs intra-week, right? Yikes. This is legit movement here because tomorrow's the fork, right? Tomorrow's the big fork, the big moment. And a lot of talk on Twitter today kind of has a lot of talk about is that the catalyst that we've seen in this bearish move here? Frankly, I don't think it really was. I think this was just kind of like the last straw, if you will. Listen, GBTC, I want to just briefly touch on this. Again, I'm on the weekly chart here. I like using my weeklies. Gives me a good perspective. ANU. This is an OTC traded stock. This is a stock. This is a stock you can buy. This has had a premium to the price of Bitcoin. The premium is basically dried up now. This broke bearishly earlier in the past couple weeks here. This was a forerunner to this bear move. We had seen this coming, and sure enough, it happened here. Let's look at some more here. Where are we here? Ethereum. Okay, now we touched. Again, I'll use my weekly. I'm cool. You know what? Daily. This was a big day, right? I don't want to forget the day because look at that volume. Now, daily candle put in a lower low. We load bottomed at 167, 165.20. So we put in a lower low than our September lows on Ethereum. We are also currently below our daily lower Bollinger. And we were outside of it pretty extremely on bigger volume, almost as big a volume as we've seen. Well, yeah, since August. Looks like our second biggest volume day since August and our third biggest volume day in the past 3 months. Notable volume here, right? And remember, our wick here was what? It looks like a little wick there. No, it was like $10. It was like $12. So don't let this wick fool you here in terms of like, ooh, we found a bottom. We are clear outside of our lower Bollinger with a tight Bollinger profile here. Okay, a little sideways ranging to catch up. Can see continuation here. Oh, and I want to bring up my monthly because again, I've been talking about this for quite a while. Not with Ethereum. I should have done the monthly on Bitcoin. Ethereum broke its monthly middle Bollinger, 4 months ago. Just over like that. That was it. You break your lower Bollinger. That's it. Sorry, your middle Bollinger. Okay, look at this. Bitcoin here. Nope. Gotta find the USD chart. Bitstamp works. Look at that. Middle Bollinger. We tested it. We held it. We tested it. We held it. Hold on. Tested it. Bounced. Tested it. Smaller bounce. Tested it. Broke. And now this month here, rejection of our middle BB on Bitcoin. Okay, we saw this coming with Litecoin, with Ethereum. Bitcoin Cash forks tomorrow. The story is not over yet. I want to bring up Litecoin. 2018 lows today, right? You don't even have a Bollinger on Bitstamp, do you? Because you're that new. But I bet you do on Coinbase. Yeah, there you go. All right, so listen, we broke through our middle Bollinger months ago, just like Ethereum, right? This was a forerunner to what we're seeing today in the price of Bitcoin. Bitcoin just held up a little bit longer. The Tether FUD helped us a little bit longer. This was inevitable. It was inevitable because we had seen it with Litecoin, with Ethereum, with so many altcoins, right? Catch your breath here for a moment. Litecoin support in the 30s, yeah, but remember we broke from $7 to $30 4 months straight up pretty quickly here. So yeah, there is historic support in the low 30s, but history doesn't start there. It kind of stopped there for a moment. Okay, and again, Bitcoin is shown today that it runs the show because all of our altcoins, save a couple, right, um, survived here. That's what I want to do. Let me go back to Twitter for a moment here. Talk about some of the tweets I put out today. This was back October 24th. We were watching again MA200 on the 3-day chart. We broke it. We slingshotted this candle here. I remember watching this. This closed below our MA200 and rejected our EMA 12. That was like a double negative there. That was back-to-back rejection. That was scary to me, and I noted that. I noted that a couple weeks ago. Today's big winner today was Doggy Coin, the most stable coin out there. It was like plus 4%, right? If you just loaded all your Bitcoin into Doggy, you would have held today. I'm joking, obviously, but yes, it's funny how this one was the start of it all. This one capitulated the most first, and that's why maybe we kind of found a little short-term area of support here because of that. We talked about Ethereum hitting new intraday lows for 2018. Opens up a new price history here. This was our biggest percentage move here, right? Since April, our biggest bear percentage move since March. We actually got about over 15%. I jumped the gun a little bit on this tweet here. We actually dropped a couple, like $70 more from that price area there. The history of Bitcoin was in this 5,000 range for a very short amount of time through 2017 here, in which case we had bottomed and we had found support, a little pullback here at 5105. We did it again at 5376. And then when we actually had a bigger pullback after we broke to 8,000 area almost, we came back to 5511. So the history of 5,000 in Bitcoin is quite limited. Now we have broken through intraday, obviously 53.76. We haven't even touched 51.05 yet. But the fact that we're hovering around 53.76 right now is notable, right? Arbitrage. It really is an arbitrage. Shouldn't say that because Tether failing to hold this dollar, that's been notable. A lot of this has to do with Tether as well, right? And because of that, we see these discrepancies in our USDT accounts, our Bitfinexes, our Binances, versus our USD accounts, the actual value of Bitcoin, which is what you can actually trade it for cash. That's Bitcoin, Coinbase Pro, Bitstamp, BitMEX, if you are so inclined, a few other ones. And we continue to see that, and Tether's a real issue here. While trading today, who had problems on their exchanges? Who had problems executing trades, error messages, right? Your sell orders, your buy orders did not go off. You know how frustrating that is. You wait for moments like this, and then the darn thing doesn't work. It was pretty cool in this feed here to get a response from Binance, like the actual Binance. It's pretty cool, and a response from Kraken support, which was great as well. So I appreciate Kraken support and Binance responding to this feed of a lot of people saying yes, they experienced very frustrating issues with these exchanges and others. And then some of them, they actually had no problems at all. But let's face it, a lot of that has to do with volume, right? Let's go back to Bitcoin here, right? Remember, listen, we were so oversold on every possible, thing you can look at here. We had seen intraday, we had just seen everything fall off a cliff in terms of our areas of support fail, right? Daily chart. And we found a little bit of a wick, a little bit of a buying opportunity at the very end of yesterday, okay? And we're trying to hold on here because what's happening here is because this move has fanned out so much of our EMA indicators here. Okay, I'm pulling everything up. That's important. Oops. Because that's meaningful to what we are seeing here. What am I missing here? I'm missing my 55. You know what? I'm going to keep my Bollingers quiet for the moment here. All right, so I got my TD up. We're on a red 8. Okay, we're on a red 8 on the daily. I know we've been bleeding out crazy on our 4-hour, right? Because we hit that 9 many 4-hour candles ago. And we got to be bleeding out on our 6-hour, right? Yeah, we hit our 9 a couple candles ago there. And our 12-hour, we're on our 7. A daily one, our 8. And our weekly, we just started a weekly one. Wow. Well, that's interesting. So what does this tell us? This tells us, and again, it tells us that we're oversold at our lower time frame TDs, and we're getting to that point, at least on our daily, we're looking for some sort of a stability. Notice our cloud, Ichimoku, continued to act as resistance here on our 6 candle up here. Touched it, couldn't break through, and that was all she wrote. We broke in our TK, okay, crossed. Now our lower cloud brings us as low as sub 6K here. And this volume profile is just, it's memorable, it's notable. So we're looking for stability right now, and we're seeing that our count near is 8. This is 8 days in a row where the 4th candle back is lower than that candle, okay? That's what creates an extension of our count here. And even if we hit a 9 up or down, this can definitely bleed out as we're seeing. But the higher the time frame you go on the count, the more viable it actually is. And the fact that we're on an 8 on our daily is significant. Okay? The fact that we're on a 1 on our weekly is also very significant. Where's our cloud here? Our cloud's way up here on our weekly. Let's go back to our daily. We got, wow, 40 minutes. I can't believe I've been talking for 40 minutes. Hey, quick shout out to the room once again. Precision Booking, KRCX, Nick Godfrey, Charles Wynn, Mr. Crypto House, Jonas Bassens, Joshua McLean, Roman Chaberek. Hey, Jeanette. L.A. Mahirial, Zachary Stout, thank you for joining me. Closest 135 friends. Precision Bookkeeping. Hangman 057. What's up, guys? Thank you for joining me tonight. Listen, memorable day in crypto, right? Memorable day. Catching knives, the dangerous thing. There will be short-term bounces here because we're very oversold in a lot of indicators. Okay, but what has happened here is the trend has broken. The trend has broken, my friends. Anything is possible. I put this tweet out on September 8th, 2 months ago. Open window of limited price history between $5,400, $5,500, and a breaking through 5K to as low as $4,700, $4,600. Very limited area of price support from that area because we blew through it so fast. I mean, you see that with the VPR. We knew this months ago, right? We knew this month ago, and now we're seeing it potentially be put in play right now. We're seeing it be put in play, not potential at all, because by breaking our 6K area, that's now strong resistance. Ethereum, I still see it's going a lot lower, potentially even breaking $100. I still see it, but basically the low 120s, this candle here, somewhere around the 125, 135 area, have been shown as support. We're in this realm here. We're in this window here. And there's nothing very different between this window and the one from 125 to like $75. Not much difference in that area there. Keep these areas in mind here. Same with Litecoin. $35 in Litecoin. to $27 in Litecoin, which is where I originally bought my first Litecoin. $27. I bought some more at the $35. I bought some more at $75 last Thanksgiving. And now, crap. Maybe we'll be able to buy it again. Whoops. All right, guys. So, what do we got here? Back over $5,600 here. Okay, on our hourly, we had hit a 9 many hours ago. Bled out about 3 candles there. Found a flip there. And all I see this in right now, all I see this as is we're just trying to re-level out our EMAs that are broken bearish so quickly, so fast because of this bear move. Okay, nothing more. This wasn't enough bottoming volume. This wasn't enough of a capitulation bounce, in my opinion, yet. And tomorrow's action with Bitcoin Cash will be notable. Okay, a lot of things are happening right now in price of Bitcoin. And I'm reminded of a tweet I put out like last night before I went to bed. Where are we here? Where is it? Where is it? I just saw you. There it is. 21 hours ago. I'm seeing a lot of lower lows out there on several charts. EMAs are now acting as resistance. Bear volume profiles increasing. We had seen cold wallet transfers of major coin. Global equity markets, the Dow, the Nasdaq, the S&P, the Russell, okay, are in correction territory. Oil is plummeting, right? Debt markets, special corporate debt markets, GE, they're screwed. And we had seen all these Bitcoin and all the top 25, 30 charts, right? And they look crappy. We saw this coming yesterday. You know? And this stupid fork here, combined with all the other things happening in the world, is going on right now. Although our fights here on some of our big players on Twitter about this Bitcoin Cash fork really don't help matters much. But you know, how much also does this move put any ETF in doubt? You know, how can regulators be confident to put an ETF in play when a couple guys on Twitter, you know, battling it out can create this much FUD? You know, this much real FUD. You know, a lot of people got wrecked today. A lot of people got wrecked. Those who didn't get wrecked basically make their money on fees. I'm talking about the exchanges, right? That they still made their fees. A lot of holders of Bitcoin here. Bitcoin dropped $1,000 today. It recouped about $300 of that price. Okay, but still, this was a big move. And this just rattles confidence, right? It rattles any confidence we currently have in our market right now. Okay, so we'll see this stabilize, right? But because we have broken into our 2018 lows, because we have set new 2018 lows, okay, it basically opens up a whole new thing, a whole new paradigm. Bitcoin fork, I believe, happens tomorrow at 10 a.m. East Coast USA time. I got the day wrong on my tweet I put out on it yesterday, but and that's going to be a daily event. I think it's going to just happen all day. I don't think it's just like a moment, right? Are you holding Bitcoin Cash into the fork? Kind of see what happens. Will this create additional volatility in the market? Let's go into our 5-minute chart here. Okay, short term here, we've broken through our little neckline here, right? On a very low volume profile here. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. As I leave you, Uzbekistan is waking up. Neforte, Pederetti. Thank you for that. Hamzan Zubida. Willie WDS. Anthony Hardy. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight, guys. Thank you for following my content. Listen, I have never been overly crazy on any profile either way of Bitcoin's price action here. You know, you guys know me. I'm not a pumper. I try and keep it real, okay? I try and avoid the FOMO and keep honest opinion. And my feelings on Bitcoin have been pretty solid and pretty straightforward over the past several weeks and months. You know, this bear break, this new lower lows in Bitcoin was inevitable. And today we saw it. And unfortunately, this is not like the moment, but this is kind of the beginning of something larger. Okay, and as we go into the end of the year, through the next month and a half, and certain things come online or backed, ETF approvals, disapprovals, and now I can't see how they possibly be approved after the events of the past week or so. All this uncertainty in the market. Remember, Bitcoin valuation is lower now. So your altcoin Satoshi valuation, USD equivalent, is lower now. Regardless of how well it held up, Bitcoin is worth less. Your altcoin is worth less. Not worthless, but is worth less. And some are worthless. Okay, watch the charts. Keep an eye on the volume. Follow the money flow. Be safe out there. Big Chonis. Thanks, guys. We'll be in touch. Remember to follow me on Twitter. I appreciate thumbs up. Thank you for joining me. Talk to you soon. Have a good night, guys. Peace.